All right, so we had a technical glitch, so I'm going to just review what we just did to keep the lesson moving and maintain some kind of continuity, right? And that was you went to play the Dick Wilson 1991 lesson that he wrote out for me. And the first exercise is doubles on wrist and roll strokes. I explained to you that we count the 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 roll strokes, not the doubles, but the roll strokes. And as soon as you started to count them, it improved. And then I explained to you why it improved. Now, could you, if you were teaching, could you, as I demonstrated to you what you were doing that I didn't think was, that needed help, could you demonstrate what you were, could you play incorrectly on purpose?
Oh yeah, pretty much. That's easy. No problem there. Yeah, I know what you're saying though. Yeah, so basically I was
You were at 60, so you need to put the metronome on. All right, that's funny, Jason.
yeah, so I wasn't basically not turning the wrist, so I was
And then go play a 5-stroke roll. Don't count because that you didn't count. You're going to demonstrate what you did incorrectly. And then I said, now count. So now count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And you started, and you did it. See? Okay, all right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Or 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
And again.
1, 2, 3.
All right. So that was pretty good. See? So now you have the yin and the yang of the technique, so to speak, and that if you don't know what you're doing wrong, you can't do it right. And then once you know what you're doing correctly, then you can do it wrong on purpose.
Yeah.
And so you demonstrated what I suggested we fix. And that is that first of all, I explained to you that one of the things I suggested you do, right, is just play the singles, the speed of the doubles, wrist to wrist turn, right? So it's something like that. And so it's, I want you to, as I explained, we don't want to be doing this. Even though that might look right, I want this. I want you to turn your wrist.
Right.
Okay? So, and then you proceeded to do that nicely. And as you went along, you improved. Just as you did when you didn't know what you were doing, it started to improve when you started to count the roll strokes. Then I talked to you about Chuck Silverman and the fact that when you are, this is where it cut out, that when, as Chuck describes in a video put up, I suggest everyone watch it, that when you just stand naturally, you're in half turned over. You're not matched. You're not in French. The body seems to go to half turn, just like that. But then you sat down and you came from this position that you had perfectly standing and you went, which you could do, but I wanted you just to experience what it feels like to maintain a half turned over position like that. Yeah, and then you can roll over into more palm down. And as I was explaining, when you're in palm down, Dick Wilson would say, the gig is that you just can't quite see the corner of your thumbnail. You don't want to roll over too much, that's uncomfortable. You don't want to be in half turned over. So there's this positioning that, Dick was somewhat meticulous about observing and maintaining. Okay, so we don't want to be playing like this. We want to be nice and relaxed, and in as natural a position as humanly possible. We just want to find this position. You see, yeah, more like that. Okay? So you're not like this. Yeah, let your arms hang. Yeah, don't change your 45-degree angle. This would be 90-degree angle for traditional players. Okay? And then when you're in matched, it's more like a 45-degree. More like that. Right? So, and you just get the speed of the wrister. And then you do two of them. And then you make a throw. Let that wrist come up. Turn your like you see. One sec. Just let me not like you see Murray Spivak teaching Louis Bellston in that legendary video. He doesn't make a tap. He says, and then you follow that up, and he gets to here, and because he goes in Louis, it's in slow motion, the stick butt end doesn't come away from the bomb. Louis says, and now the butt end's away from the bomb, so Louis physically moves it away. But you see, if you come up in a natural way, it does come away. Come up in slow motion, and don't have any momentum, it'll probably stay there. So, and then he says, so he talks about following up and cocking your wrist, and then you cock your wrist again, and when you did that, you were somewhere here, and I explained that Louis has been instructed, or Murray instructs Louis, to come all the way. Now this is really exaggerated. Then you can cock your wrist again, and then you can also add thrust with the middle finger. Now we don't need to, because not quite, because your arm isn't by your side. See, once I get this, and then I do this, I'm kind of just coming up to here somewhere. And then you come down. Now, why does your elbow go up? How is that possible? Let's see. That's an old problem. And no, watch. It's cool. This is important that I figured this out for you. We have this little bend, right? You get this? So do this with me. Yeah, your elbow came out, didn't it? Whether you knew it or not. And now you're going to come up. Now the elbow, we're not doing a Dick Wilson style throw. This is Murray. And I don't feel like my elbows come out much more at all. Murray would say it's the width of 2 sticks. And now you're here somewhere. Now, because the elbow was by your side, and then based on, Murray calls it bending, or you really, more accurately put, you're turning your wrist, because the whole thing is a wrister. Then we turn our wrist again, and then we come down. So in real time, how would that work? Maybe as I come up, it does start to swivel back. And where does it start to come? Where does that happen? See, my elbow comes back in on the way down. It doesn't come out that much. It just comes out about that much. Hold on, let's get it. It's coming along. So this part will tell you how much your elbow comes out. Now turn up. Yeah, see, it started to come back in and finish, and it'll come all the way in. There. Now it's back in. Yeah, and don't forget to turn your wrist. Come on, you got it almost. Come on up. Turn, yeah. There you go. Okay, so when we play a 5-stroke roll, looking for that. We're in a practice pattern right now. When you go to play drums and you're playing a tune that might not require Hugh Jackson, but this will really inform you. This will really inform you. You really want to turn that wrist. Turn the wrist. So I want you to come up even more. Really give me a full-fledged, you know, I wouldn't say exaggerated, I would just say a loud accent. Try it. See, put your metronome on it at 60, we were at 60. And give that a go. Now think about it. You don't stop. See, it feels a little choked up here. Let your arms come by your side. Let them hang loose. Come on up. You can come up and go into match, or you can come up and have turned over and then go to match. But it looks more like this. You see? I mean, it's wider than yours, and you're not much smaller than me. I don't think. You know, maybe your shoulders are a little more narrow, but I don't know. Yeah, you see? Now you look like you're hanging out and relaxed. So that the elbow might come out a little bit as you go up. See? Don't play like this. Go for it. You want to start with just singles? Just start with singles in one hand. Get the speed. Let's see your arms just hanging. It doesn't come in. You maintain this position. Okay? Do that the other hand. Start choking in. Stay nice and relaxed. Okay, now go ahead and play doubles on the wrist. There you go. Look, maintain your ankle. Don't come on in now. Let your arms hang. 5-stroke roll.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3,
Come on, you gotta turn your wrist up. There.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2,
There. Okay. All right. So you got this habit. Okay. So that's not the top tempo, but it's a great exploratory tempo, and you did just beautifully. Okay. Now the next exercise, I also had you maintain the tempos as indicated by Dick Wilson. Wrist. So we're in wrist. Change from doubles, wrist, to singles at the same wrist turn speed. So it starts at 48 and goes to 72, and we're at 60 right now. So let's leave it at 60 for a sec. Let's see what it looks like. Right. So once again, now the singles are an interesting thing because I can actually hold the stick pretty tight. You know, and still maintain enough looseness throughout the arm where, see, I'm holding pretty tight. That, you know, that pinchy Carlos leave a groove in your thumb. But so you can get a wrist turn happening that way. So here would be, here I'm holding pretty firmly, but in the 3-finger area, and then I'm going to relax it a little. Now it feels more relaxed, and the stick will still fall in my hand. So what are we doing? Here it's tight. Here it's not so tight. It's just laying in my hand. See if you can do that. Now, if you want to experiment with a change of pressure like that, this is interesting, right? And we'll talk more about it. It really helps you feel it in the 3-finger area, but know the difference. There you go. Let your arms be. Relax here at 45-degree angle. Now go ahead and play singles just in one hand. In the right, go ahead and play singles. And give me a good firm grip. Now relax it, just relax it. Yeah, you see the pitch change too. See the difference? Still works, doesn't it? You don't have to be tight. Do that on the other hand. Start off really particularly firm. Give it a good squeeze. doubles. Same speed. Same speed. Dot, 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 dot. Now hold the stick real tight. Give it a good firm grip. Now relax your grip a little bit. Now relax it, see? I like having a relaxed grip. It lets itself from playing rebounds and stuff. You can go from real firm to not so. See, it's coming along, huh? Okay, so that's better than when you came in. Okay, so that pressure change is interesting, isn't it?
Mm.
Here's the other thing you notice. When you go from it being no firm, the arm there's more tension throughout the arm.
Right.
I don't know enough about human anatomy to understand what's going on, but from a feeling point of view, this area relaxes. I feel more tension in the arm, but I can still distinguish between the wrist and the forearm and the upper arm. It's when you get so tight that the whole thing starts to work together and there's no more wrister. Go ahead and just notice how the arm feels as you change the pressure. Start with a tighter grip and feel a little more tension. It's not about playing harder, it's about holding firmly. Now relax that grip and feel what your arm does. The arm relaxes a little, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay? I like that feeling. That's better. The other works. Yeah, you're looking good, dude. See, your wrist turn, you were having problems getting speed with your wrist turns, and it's coming along. Okay. So now, let's consider, let's move on to, once again, I changed your tempos. I had you starting the doubles at 72, or was it 60?
72, yeah.
Right? Let's see. I just want to be sure. Once again, I need to know what I'm talking about. Okay. So we were just on the second exercise. So the third exercise is 72 to 80, as opposed to Dick Wilson's 80 to 88. That was a little brisk for you last lesson. So let's just start at 72, because you can get the stick to rebound at 72. First, you play it. So you're not relying on just mimicking me. Let's see where you are. Reality. Yeah, you're at 45-degree angle, better. Yeah, it's good. Doubles, rebound to wrist at the same time. Choke in, let the whole arm hang. You're just turning faster. There's nothing to do with you. Come on, get your 45-degree angle. There you go. Let your arms be free. Okay, now to doubles. Hold on. Okay. Your left is better than your right when it comes to playing the rebounds. Okay, so your metronome off. Me. Okay. Let's see how I can help here. So we have doubles on the rebound. Okay. Right. And that's just no. Yeah, I don't need to choke in. You notice? Here's what what you were doing. Here's what you were, oh, okay, I'll play it. Oops. And here I am with, here I am more tight. Here I'm a little more loose, but I have to turn twice. And then I want to go to rebound. And I just want a nice turn. And here's what you're doing in your right. A little too, it's like you're turning twice. If one turn, this is the Chad Wackerman exercise. This is Chad Wackerman. So we can't move on to the third exercise until we get one turn, two notes. Turn, 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 turn. One turn, 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 not turn, turn. Thinking it's rebounding. One turn is the stick rocks through this 3-finger area, through this slot, and over the middle finger, which we're considering the fulcrum. We decided that's going to be our fulcrum in palm down. Okay? So, how are we going to do this? Let's go back to Chad. That's the time to reconnect with Chad. Because I believe that's really the essence of what Chad is teaching us. Right? And I haven't asked Chad about it, but I should. But I'm pretty sure he got this from Murray. So first we just start with letting it rebound as many times as firmness of your surface will allow. Yeah, that's good. Okay, you see? See, it's one turn. Look at all the notes you get with one turn. Richard Martinez likes to talk about the idea of it being the aspect of the leap of faith, that you know that if you turn with this grip, it will rebound that many times. Just will. But you have to believe it.
Yeah.
Good. Now what would 4 look like? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, one turn. 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 And then we lift it back up. Turn. And we lift it back up. See, you're just turning once. Turning 4 notes. Because you believe. You don't have to do anything with your fingers. They do just what they need to do. Is it a release? Are you squeeze? We don't want to think of it that way, frankly. It's working. But what you're doing is good. You're getting the desired result. Yeah, now how about 3? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. How about 2? 1, 2. Let's see. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. You're honestly turning just once, aren't you? Not turning your wrist twice. One turn, 2 notes. Nice, relaxed turn to the surface. Your grip looks really good. Okay? Now go ahead and put the other hand with that. Can you maintain that? Need any leveraging left? It's just one turn. Then you have to lift it back up. It's just a natural way. Try to get them to sound the same. Listen to your playing. Maintain your 45-degree angle. Can you throw for doubles? your throws, you're not doing the big Murray Spivak accent throw, but you're turning your wrist. You're not going, you're turning. We're turning. Turn. Don't exaggerate it. It was better before. It was better before. Okay, there you go. Don't go throwing the stick behind you now. Just a natural. See, watch. So, we have this big throw. And then, but even if we were to just turn this side, see, I still got to turn my wrist. Turn my wrist. Turn my wrist. Turn this way, turn this way. Both sides of the throw. So we get something that would look like this. And the stick is nice and loose. Look how loose I am. Nice and loose. Rocking through the fulcrum. Easy peasy. Okay, now just turn that into a regular wrist turn. Bring your arms tight. 45-degree angle. Turn and lift. Turn and you have to lift it back up. Okay, now we have the singles. Singles or doubles. Get tighter. Keep your grip nice and relaxed. You just starting to go back to 2 turns to your right. Notice you lost it. Left is just going turn. And your right goes turn, turn. Better. Okay, now play the singles. So I had you go from 72 to 80. Not much of a jump. Okay, cool. Let's try it at 80. The throwing for the doubles can be helpful. I like doing it traditional. I'm used to doing this. And I still have my throws. Still have my throws. Whatever the equivalent is in the left to get that. Right? Okay. So 80 it is. Give it a shot. Remember, if you wanna start with throwing for 2 to give you that feeling, and then turn that into a regular wrist turn for 2, maybe that's a good idea. Try it. -45-degree. Smooth. No need to use your fingers or anything. You just make the motion. You're just throwing once in the right, aren't you? Throw. One wrist turn. What's a wrist turn? Going in the upward direction, and then a wrist turn going towards the surface. See? So the right's going wrist, 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 and the left is going wrist, 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 wrist. Turn that into a regular wrist turns. So keep the tempo up. Just feel it flowing you through your hand in a very similar way. One turn, but and make Chad Wackerman, right? You turn and then you lift it back up and you turn again. Even. Okay, now give me the 8-stroke roll. Oh no, sorry, that's my mistake. We're not there yet. I jumped ahead. Sorry. Just give me singles. Just one. Now you could hold it more tight, or you could be more relaxed. Pretty relaxed for the doubles, aren't you? So they feel rather different to me. Now play doubles. Rebound. And that feels considerably different, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So okay, and now we're going. Now I made another mistake. Sorry, Jason. And well, that's cool though that you can do it. You played singles, but now we're going from rebound to wrist at the same tempo, right? Let's change.
Yeah. So isn't this one that's like?
Yes. So you're
Let's take out the double, right?
You're going to play doubles on the wrist. You're going to play doubles on the wrist. So we're doing this. So we start with just letting that stick nice and round. One turn, and then we're going to go turn. See, that's speed. Wrist, because yours is tight. See, pitch went up too, didn't it? At wrist, now tight. Now I'm not so tight. Now I'm throwing, but I wanted you to just use the throw to give you the feeling of relaxation in the hand. So we're turning for doubles, one turn, 2 notes, it's rebounding. And then we're going turn. So do that at 80. 45-degree angle, nice and relaxed. You want to start the doubles with throws, start with slam, and flow through the hand. No clutch, no clutching. Now turn that into a regular wrist turn. Rebound. Then just flow through the hand. One turn. And see, you're just turning once in the right hand. Kind of like, almost like you're following through the second note. That's a little weird in that area. Okay, now you're going to play doubles on the wrist at that speed. Almost. Can you play one hand at that speed? Look at you. Look at you. That's what you couldn't do. Okay. So, yeah, see? So you really increased your singles. If you recall, you would break down before the speed.
Yeah.
You would go, oh, yeah, it would start to just fall apart. And now it's not falling apart at all. Really good. Now he has us go up to 88. But right now, this lesson is being modified for you. So you are where you are, and I was where I was. And okay. So now he has us get into doubles and row strokes. So if we were to keep the metronome, I had you start at 80, so maybe we should do that. So let's back it off, and let's take it to 80. Okay. And then we start to get what you were already feeling with regards to doubles. You know, we can do this. Turn into just regular wrist turns. 1, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you can start with the throw. That seemed to work for you.
Ah.
We're going to take that a step further in just a minute, right? So you need to just meditate on that for a moment, and I'll be right back with Shake.
Yeah.
Act up on the drums and send me. Yeah, it'll be cool. All right. So, let me figure this out. Where is it? So, for a moment there, you reverted back to something that resembled maybe a 30-degree angle. Okay, so we don't want to lose the Chuck Silverman letting the arms hang by the side in half turned over, and you bring them up. You don't do this. And then you can roll into palm down. Or you can roll into palm down as you bring them up. I don't care, just as long as you understand what you're doing. We don't want to hold the right arm out. Now you're holding it out. Let it hang and see what it does. It'll teach you. Your body will teach you. Now there we are at. We started doubles at 80. Right? Okay. So, and it's pretty good. I'm not sensing a keen awareness with regards to the squeeze and release. That's the other part of this technique, and there's not too much more. Learning to hold the stick, not doing anything weird and fingery, turning, throwing, and making a throw, and then the release. The kick is you only release what you squeezed. Right? Whatever force you've captured with the squeeze, you want to release that force. Right? But whatever, some sort of kinetic energy that gets stored up. So you squeeze, and then you release that kinetic energy, but only the amount that you squeezed. And then it happens just over and over and over. Richard Martinez has a really cool exercise with regards to squeeze and release that I think is really helpful. So he would just have you start like this here, half an inch or an inch parallel bead to butt end over the surface. Try that. Right? And remember, don't lose Chuck Silverman, even though we don't have two sticks for a minute. I'm still in a position that would resemble what would be half of the 45-degree angle, I think. Yeah, but you're on. Just hang. Right? Now, if what we would do is we just lower the stick. And as soon as it touches, the hand opens up a little. Go ahead. Did it? Well, I'll watch more closely. Then we lift it back up. And the hand seems to close a little bit, doesn't it? And then what we're looking for is to, as we touch, and there are drawings, my line drawings of this very, what I'm describing to you now, in the Modern Drummer articles, I had the pleasure of co-authoring with Richard Martinez in Modern Drummer magazine. And there's a drawing. I should probably have it handy, you know, because it's cool to look at. And so if we're trying to play doubles, I think the article describes it. If we're looking to play doubles, for instance, now I'm talking about doubles and rebounds, which is what we were just working with. And we turn, we don't turn. See, if I turn, feels like the you know, the Disney Hall Theater, whatever they can refer to that. I don't want to knock it over in the middle of a performance. Okay, so the drawing expresses this, that, oh, out of sync for a minute. We are. So as I turn to the surface, and if I were to just stop when I touch, see, the stick is at a little bit of an angle, right? And then what I want to do is I want to follow through. I want to continue turning. And that's when the stick comes away from the palm. See, because as it touches and it's at an angle, it hasn't come away from the palm. But if I bend thusly, now the stick has come away from the palm. Now we have access to the fulcrum, and then we can turn back up. So that is a demonstration of what I'm feeling when I'm doing Chad, right? Whether you know it or not. Maybe I should. But here for squeeze and release, it's important to put all of this stuff together, right? So for two notes, I'm feeling that. See, I'm open. Okay, so if we're doing this exercise, the squeeze and release exercises pertains to, right? Just touch. The stick is at a little bit of an angle. And then I want to lower it. And the stick, as I just touch, is at an angle and it's on my palm. Once I follow through and lower that stick, you would say it feels as though almost like you're just lowering the entire stick. It all happens so fast. The mind doesn't have a chance to say, oh, I'm still at an angle. Oh, now it's, it just feels like the whole thing lowers, almost goes down parallel. But in reality, if you really had a high-speed camera, you would see this, and then this. Okay? So go ahead and just do that with me. Nice and up, there, see? And come back up, stick comes to the palm, the butt end comes to the palm, butt end away from the palm. Now the stick is, butt end is on the palm. Right. Now once you have that feeling, we touch and we follow through. Now we're essentially, that's what Louis is learning from Murray in that video. Don't jump ahead on me. Touch and lowers. Right? And now Murray say, now you cock. Now we're doing it in slow motion. And now you're going to cock your wrist, right? And that's where you get that. Come on, you got to really turn your wrist like that. and then you lower it again, and lower it. Touch and look, come on, there you go. Now you're ready to do it again. This time, you're just gonna let it rebound when you release. And then you're ready to make your blow and release. And release. It didn't bounce. Give it a good throw so you, yes. No, you didn't really, if you don't really give it, this is why this throw isn't so important. If you don't give it an honest to goodness throw, you won't get the squeeze, and then you'll have nothing to release. So we lower it, and we lower it, right? Then we make our blow, and then we release. You got to give it a good blow. Come on, get that. Almost. Yes. When you release it, should back down. No, you don't go lifting. You should lower it just like you did before you threw. Just do that again. And now you really feel that slot, don't you? Feel the slot?
Yeah.
Right? When it's rebounding, you should be in that position. Memorize that position. Now give me a throw. Big throw. Turn your best. Not quite enough for his turn. Release and see if it rebounds and go. No, you didn't really lower it. You have to lower it. You have to concentrate now. There. Now give it a big throw. Get up to your shoulder. Come on. Cock your wrist. There. Now let it go. Release that. Come on. Don't be afraid to. You have to turn your wrist. Touches and release like that. You do it again. No, you just lift your click. You're at an angle. Stick isn't parallel. You should remind yourself what it feels like when you lower it. There, see the butt end is almost touching the shank is almost on the surface. Do it again. Yeah, there it is. You're feeling it. There you go. Now that's where you're going to go back to when you release. Give it a good downstroke. Get up towards the ceiling and release that. Come on, follow through. That's what we're shooting for. Yeah. Okay. Get that. Let that butt. That was close. You have to turn your wrist. It's a wrist turn, and the hand will respond. You don't throw your finger. You turn your wrist, and by doing so, the butt end is lowered. It feels like it's going down parallel. Yeah, you see, it's your double. You see, it's like Chad, doesn't it? Turn up and give me a Chad multiple. Now just turn up and give me a Chad multiple rebound. See? That's where we're going. And all fits together beautifully. Now, if we're at 80, it's good now. Getting a nice sound out of your. I guess you could refer to a pad as an instrument. I mean, that's what electric drum kits are. Bouncy surface, and then they program that surface to make particular sounds.
Oh yeah.
So this is right now, this is our drum, this is our instrument. We want to get a nice sound out of it. You already noticed that if you're holding the stick tight, it changes the sound of the instrument, not just the pad, because the stick is equally considered, should be considered the instrument as well. Okay, so something to remember. Right, so we've got, so let's see. So I had you just making these lovely, gentle, it's just a motion, you know? And there's a wrist, it's a wrist in this direction and a wrist in the other direction. And we start to get a certain kind of feeling. Then I can turn that into just regular wrist turns. Wait for it to stop glitching. And then squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, release. See, there's always squeezing and releasing going on, right? So that on, Jason. So now, please, release, 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 release. Sorry. Release, release, release. There's always squeezing and releasing going on. I was playing triplets. I don't know what that would be on the metronome. It was a lot faster, right? Right. So you're going from. What am I doing? So that's twice as fast. Not triplets. Where was I? There. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. So whatever that must be 160. That'd be 160. Okay. Then it's all the same stuff. Just don't choke up. Turn your wrists and make these motions. Now, at this speed, maybe I'm not turning up quite as high, or maybe I would need to turn up higher, right? But it's a wrist turn going in this direction and in this direction. Try it. $45 nice man, yeah. Nice, juicy, feedback, wrist turn throw.
Yeah.
And your hand closes by. You're not even doing it. And then you just become aware of this feeling of, oh, you release. You do it again. And you release. And Murray was, that's the concept. Not the speed. Of twice the speed, right? Talk about, what do they call that? Dyslexia. I don't think I have it until now. But,
so after the throw, that's more of a
yeah.
just hitting the doubles on the way up. All right, yeah, I get you now.
Exactly. But give it a throw, but that's it. And you just did it. It's perfect.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
so now you're developing what the students, Dick Wilson's students before I started studying, apparently they would have the T-shirts, you know, twice the speed, and on the back, half the effort.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going on here. And
Yeah. Nice.
that today. Really good job, man. Getting up.
Cool.